All right. Before we get started, I'm going to ask everyone here to bring it down a notch. Okay? Rico is very exciting. We've got a lot of really exciting show coming up for you. That's not me. I'm a very boring person, you guys. The other day, I popped a big zit that I didn't know I had. And I've been chasing that high all week. Anybody else? Now, Rico did tell you guys my name is Trevor. My name is Trevor Post. He didn't tell you that I used to have a cat named Rico, though. He always leaves that part out. But I've never really liked my name. It's just because it's kind of misleading, you know? Like every guy named Trevor plays lacrosse, and that's just not me. And like every other guy named Trevor is a douchebag, and I'm just not into that level of self-reflection. Right. I want everyone here to give it up for themselves just for making it out tonight. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for being social on a Friday night. I'm proud of myself for being social on a Friday night. I say that because there are a lot of days that I think it might be cool if I just never left my house. Do you guys think that people who own tiny homes feel that way? Because, like, I don't want a tiny home, but I would take one if I never had to leave it. What I'm basically saying is, give me a coffin with the internet and I'll be good. I really love that joke. I don't care if you guys don't. I really like that joke. I really like that joke because people think it's a suicide joke, but they're wrong. Because when I die, I want to be cremated. You don't hear me telling jokes about burning my house down. I know Rico already asked this, but we have any parents here tonight? Give it up for parents. Sexy, childless people. I'm really glad that you're here too.
Woo!
I'm a full-time single dad to 2 kids. It probably really doesn't bear going into. It's a story as old as time. You know, some irresponsible woman got me pregnant, couldn't handle it, left me with the kids. You've heard it 1,000 times, folks. We don't need to talk about it. No, I'm a full-time single dad, which means one of 2 things. That means that my wife either predeceased me or I'm divorced. And unfortunately, my ex-wife is only dead to me. We got a divorce a couple years ago. Divorce can be really nasty, you know, especially when there are kids involved. We were actually really lucky, you know, because it was just like more of a mutual thing. You know, what it really came down to is that me and my ex-wife had incompatible fetishes. Does anyone else here have fetishes? Raise your hand. Your feet. Can I see some toes, folks? All right. No, like I said, what it came down to is that me and my ex just had incompatible fetishes. Her fetish was findom. Does anyone here know what findom is? That's financial domination. And I did say it was mutual. Like, it is my fault too. I had a weird fetish that I've since had to give up. You know, my fetish was being in love, married with kids for the rest of my life. You know, building a house and a home. Looking forward to that kind of future. You know, pretty out there stuff. So, does anyone here ever fantasize about burning their house down? No, just me? Okay. Yeah, being a parent is weird though. Like, my oldest child, my daughter, started kindergarten this year, which is like a little scary and kind of confusing. Like, what was especially confusing is a couple months ago, before school started, I had to go to the like open house night, back to school kind of thing, which like really threw me for a loop because I haven't been back to school since I dropped out of college. But like, I got to be honest with you guys, like the like back to school night thing didn't sound like the sort of event that I was gonna have a lot of fun at. You know, I figured that like me and my daughter would be kind of like in and out, done with it. But they actually had to kick me out. They were like, "Sir, you and your daughter need to leave. There's school tomorrow. This is a school night." Because what I didn't know going into it was that back to school night was going to be such an excellent opportunity for me to cruise on single moms. And like, I don't want you guys to get it twisted. Like, I have 2 kids. I'm not trying to have more kids. What I'm trying to do is find a babysitter that I can sleep with. And like, you guys can say that I'm like being a dirtbag. I think this is making me a better father. Because what you don't know is, who's at every single PTA meeting? That's me. Who's organizing the bake sale at my kid's school? Heck, I know the election was just like last week, but I've already started my campaign. I'm running for school board, Manatee County. Vote for me, ladies. That's all I'm saying. Right? I know it sounds trite, but you guys have heard it before, right? Kids say the darndest things. And like sometimes it's true. Like the other day, like me and my kids were playing one of their favorite games. We were playing Cops and Robbers, which is a game where I'm always a criminal and my daughter is always a cop. So anyway, we were playing this game. We were playing Cops and Robbers, and all of a sudden my daughter shouts at me. She says, "You're handcuffed!" And then she hits both my wrists with slap bracelets. And I laughed because, like, up to this point, handcuffs haven't been a part of her program of police brutality. But she's like, "What's funny?" And I'm like, "The word's handcuffed." And she spat in my face and slammed my head against the table for good measure. But we did agree though, like handcuffed is the better word, right? So anyway, my arraignment is Tuesday. No, I'm running out of time, you guys. Before I go, I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. Like, I really think it's awesome for everyone to come out and support the local comedy scene. Give it up for yourselves one more time. Woo! I can't speak for Reiko and I can't speak for anyone else involved in the show, but I think that for me, all I've ever really wanted was people to see me and support me in something that I love doing. You know, it's like when I was in high school, one or both of my parents came to every single sporting event or marching band thing that my sister participated in. And given that information, you guys might find it just a little bit hard to believe that neither one of my parents has ever once come out to see me smoke pot and play Dungeons and Dragons. Not even one time. It's ridiculous, right? That's crazy, right? Do we have any pot smokers here tonight?
Woo!
Don't be shy. Give it up. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I had to quit smoking weed. And it's not because of my kids, because fuck my kids, right? And it's not because people say oh, weed's gotten a lot stronger over the years. No, I had to quit smoking weed because it was just doing the same thing to me as it always kind of had done. I'm talking about the paranoia. Does anyone else get paranoid when they smoke? You guys are making me really paranoid right now. But when I was younger and I would get stoned, I'd get paranoid and I'd be like, oh man, the cops could totally bust me for this, $40 bag of weed I have. But more recently, before I quit smoking weed, I would get paranoid and I'd be like, forget about the cops, man. You're a terrible father. And I just don't need that kind of fun in my life anymore, right? But I am a working comedian, and I'm taking comedy really seriously. And so people say oh, you gotta smoke weed, smoking weed helps you get creative, right? So the other day, because I'm taking comedy so seriously, I got stoned with the express purpose of sitting down and writing some new jokes. And it turned out to be a complete waste of time, ladies and gentlemen. Because in 45 minutes, the very best thing that I came up with, besides the fact that I can eat 2 boxes of Eggo waffles in 45 minutes, if I really get the toaster oven cranking. But the best joke I came up with in that time, and pot smokers, let me know if any of this resonates with you, but has anyone else here ever wondered why sticks of incense look like really, really, really big corn dogs for really, really, really tiny people? All right, well, that's my time. My name's Trevor Post. Thank you guys so much. Give it up for Reiko.